Hi everyone. Hello. Are you able to hear? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to today's class. So I see on the channel here. Good morning, Joanne. Okay, is anyone still here besides Joanne? Can you type your name? Morning, everyone. Whoever is out there. I hope you had a good week. Okay, of holidays. So this we are starting school again. Okay, unfortunately for everyone. Okay, so please give me some feedback on the chat here. Are you able to hear me? Okay. Okay. Good morning, Sir E. Good morning, Lynn. Okay, showing. Because I think my audio is not very good because I'm not able to hear myself actually. So I would like you to just give me a feedback that you are able to hear me. Okay. Kelly, good morning. Okay, Yixin, good morning. Thank you for your feedback. Today's lesson will be quite short, okay, because I want to introduce to you what is called green sheet. Okay, so I know we haven't gone to 10.1, 10.2, 10.3, but I'm going that to 10.4 because I want to give you your second. Okay, so everyone, good morning. Yunchi, good morning. Shino, Jia Yi, Pei Shan, okay, Yi Xin, everyone, good morning. Thanks for the. Okay, so we go straight to the lesson. All right, now let me share screen. Okay, right, Sophia, good morning. Right, I hope you can see this. Okay, so yes, let touch this. All right, I'm going straight to 10.4. Actually, chapter 10 is on environmental sustainability. Okay, sustainability means able to survive, able to be carried on. Your environment stays healthy and fresh. You're not killing the environment. That's what it means by environmental sustainability is humans actually every time we are trying to become better than we were. So we have new inventions, we have new innovations. We are trying to improve on our life, but in the process of improving on our lives, we also do not want to harm the environment because many years. I mean, all the development of so many years of hundreds of years, actually, human has the most detrimental impact on our environment. Okay, Earth is actually dying now because of the few hundreds of years. Okay, since the Industrial Revolution in Manchester in right, that was back in 18th century. Okay, so actually industrialization has greatly impacted our global environment, and it's actually making it worse. So what we are trying to do for the past, I think, 50 years, okay, we've actually come to our senses, human actually come to our senses and actually found that, hey, actually we have done a lot of harm to this earth because slowly we see the temperature rising. Okay, the temperature is rising. We have global warming. It's the natural it is a undeniable phenomenon. Some people say they are just making it up, but actually the figures do not lie. There is statistics to show the uh, the what they call the median now compared to 20, 30 years ago is actually much higher. So it's not, figures do not, right? So we are actually getting warmer our environment, and it's all due to harm. Basically, one of it is the greenhouse gases that we're using. One of it, the culprit, is the carbon dioxide emissions. So after realizing it, okay, maybe 20, 30 years ago, all right, so we're now carrying out to try not to do harm, any other harm to the environment. So we have this called green technology. Okay, green is color of leaves, the color of plant, color of life. Okay, you can say that. So adopt green because green means natural. Okay, 自然, right? The natural, the environment. Because if you look at forests, everything is green because of this, right? The chlorophyll which absorbs sunlight to produce food. All right, okay. So let me just check on your channel. All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, so yeah. So what is the meaning of green technology? Actually, before 2 years ago, when you were doing your Form 3 project, remember in Form 3 gave you a project on green building. Yeah, we wanted you to design a green building from cardboards, from waste material. All right. Now we give you the role of being an engineer. You are an architect or an engineer. You design a green building, incorporate your green building or incorporate energy saving features, water saving, resources saving features into your new building that you are designing. Okay, so actually that inform. So green technology. What's the definition of technology? Okay, green building is actually part of green technology. Okay, so what is green? So green technology refers to the development and application of products. Okay, so you're designing something new, you're making something new for the betterment of human. You want to make it easier. Okay, maybe making a machine to make people's job easier. So there's a product. Okay, there's also an equipment that you are designing. So you can do all that. Nobody's stopping you from developing things and trying to make life for humans. Okay, but the thing is, whatever you are designing or the process of making it, are you harming the environment in the same in the process? Are you producing harm to the environment when you are inventing your stuff? Okay, so you are going to green technology refers to development of products, equipment, and systems to preserve this keyword here, to preserve the environment, to make sure the environment does not become worse. Doesn't mean preserve. Preserve in Mandarin you say 留, all right? 保留 means make sure and maintain it does not go worse. It does not become bad. That's what it means by preserve. Like for example, preservation of food. Why do you need to preserve the food? Because you don't want it to go bad. Okay, that's called preservation or preserve. So if you want to preserve food now, you want the environment and nature. Okay, you want to preserve it so it doesn't go bad. Also to minimize or reduce the impact. Whatever that you're doing, you want to also minimize or reduce the negative impact of human activities. Okay, so everything we do on our human activities, whether we cut down trees, we burn the forest, we burn our rubbish, all right, car to work. Okay, we're also producing a lot of these exhaust gases. These are all human activities. So we want to look at the keyword, we want to preserve in our and development, development and application of new designs and so on. We want to preserve the environment, also meaning the bad impact, negative impacts. Okay, so that is basically your definition of green technology. Okay, so there, of course, is very wide. What you can do to preserve it is so much. Okay, so today we're going to look at some of the ways. What are the technology that we have employed, all right, in order to, or what are the criteria to be considered as green technology? Okay, what things that you consider technology? So let's go on to this one. All right, let's go on to notes here. So number one, this is the definition of development and application of products. You must be able to preserve you develop things, but you've got to preserve the environment and also reduce the negative impacts. Okay, the criteria of this technology. All right, what's the criteria? It must minimize the degradation of the environment. Degradation means becoming bad. So it must lessen the impact of the making it bad. Okay, that means the environment must becoming worse and worse. All right, it has zero or low greenhouse gases. Okay, this is important. It must not produce greenhouse gases in your innovation, in your of your new and design. It must not be increasing the carbon dioxide gases emission. You must not be producing, you must not be CFC and all that, because they are harmful to the environment. 3, the products are safe to use, right? Safe for humans, safe for the environment. That's very important. Not only safe for humans, you have to save the environment and also the animals and the plant in the ecosystem. Okay, that's number 3. To promote healthy and improve environment. All right. Number 4, conserve the energy. You're able to use too much of energy. Let's say I've got a design here, it uses electricity. It's purpose because it is not green. If it uses a lot of electrical energy just to work your product, green technology. It is not good because it is using too much, or you have to burn coal, you have to burn petrol in work your. Now that's not green, because your coal burning of petrol, that's not green technology already. Okay, so it must be able to conserve the use of energy. That means it doesn't use so much electricity or doesn't use the natural resources. Okay. And lastly, it promotes the use of renewable. Okay, this is important. Must be even need to use resources to power or product. That resource must be renewable. It means you cannot be using coal to power your product. You cannot be using petrol or diesel to. These are not. So you may opt for things like solar power. You may opt for hydroelectric. Okay, high power, water, waves, or whatever. Okay, that is renewable. That is only considered green technology. If you're using coal, petrol, diesel, no, that is not green technology. Okay, so these are the criteria. Okay, what are the benefits? Benefits, of course, it is very, very extensive, right? It reduces emission of gases, so your greenhouse gases must be going down. The percentage and all that. Increases the energy efficiency. That means you use a little bit of energy, but you get a lot output. Minimal input, maximum output. That is called energy efficiency. I give you a little bit of resources, but you can do a lot of things. That is efficient. Okay, rather than I give you a lot of resources, you only give me so little work. That is not efficient. Okay, and also reduces energy consumption. Uses a few energy, not a lot. Right? Uses less energy. Protects the environment. That's important. It must not be animals, must not be harming the plants, the flora and the fauna. Okay, and conserve natural resources, energy, and preserve the earth. Okay, so basically these are the benefits. So green technology, remember the criteria. Now, so when did we start all this thing? Actually, the concept of green technology is there for Islam. It's just that Malaysia just adopted it, right? Maybe about 10 years ago, when we have this National Green Technology Policy, NGTP. Okay, it's a national policy, right? All countries are adopting all this green technology, so we do not want to be left behind. So okay, so we have 4 pillars of the green technology policy. So it must be able to tackle 4 different fields, right? This green technology has in these 4 fields. Okay, before that, let me tell you what is our governing body, or the what you call the most authoritative agency that we have in Malaysia when it comes to green technology. Okay, it's I have heard it before. It's called C3. CETRE stands for Center for Education and Training Renewable Energy, Energy Efficiency, and Green Technology. C3. This is agency which is government agency, right? It is built. It is been started with from, right, and it is actually the headquarters is in USM in Penang, University Science Malaysia. Okay, so in this website, type CETRE, you have a lot of materials here. All right, you have modules, how to carry projects that you can is under green technology. Right, so I would advise you, you want to get to know more about green technology, just go to this okay, just type CETRE, it will bring you to this. There's only one C3 there. So this is foremost authority in Asia when it's green technology. All right, okay. So that's C3. Now, next on to what are the pillars, right? Green technology to it touches all 4 we call 4 fields, right? Energy, environment, economy, and social. Energy, right? So it wants to promote energy efficiency. Okay, you want to be efficient, you want to use a little bit, but you're gonna get a lot of the output. Okay, so we use, of course, energy that is renewable. Okay, various forms of energy which is safe, user-friendly, and not harmful to the environment. Go for alternative energy like wind, water, solar. Okay, hybrid means it's just a mix of more than one. Hybrid just means it is not pure. When you have a hybrid car, I'm sure some of you, your parents may have the hybrid car. Hybrid car is a car which employs the use of electricity because it runs on electricity. It also runs on diesel, runs on petrol. So the advantage is when they go and pump into their tank with just the same amount of gas that you pump for a normal car. This one it uses less, but it can go the same distance. Okay, because half the time they're using the electrical energy to power the car. It's not using 100% petrol to run your car. It's also using electricity to car. Okay, and electricity is renewable. Okay, we charge it, right? You go to the charging station, it's got to charge it, right? So it is. So you see, these are the alternative energy resources. Okay, environment. Okay, you got to minimize the negative environment to the animals and the plants. Okay, you got to protect the ecosystem, right? Various types of organisms, flora and fauna. Flora means plants, fauna means animals. Okay, I'm sure you'll see this word. Flora and fauna. Okay, flora is, you see that, I'm sure you will learn your Bahasa Malaysia. Flora is plants, fauna is the animals. All right. Quality of air and water, reduce pollutants, protect natural resources. Economic, right, in development, because we emphasis is on technology. That's why government policies want many of you to go places, many promote all this technology, do research so that our earth becomes better, right? So we are going to more of the, trying to have 60-40% students go into science stream, 40% goes into art stream. Okay, of course you still need art, right? But we at the moment we want to more development, we go forward, we need a lot of science. So national economic development, right? Energy reduces operation costs, increases income, increases productivity. That's why we emphasize on technology. When technology, that means you do the same work, but in a different way, in a shorter time, and with more efficiency and maximum output. Okay, that's what you call technology. Last time people do it by hand. Now you have machines. You do it faster. You can produce more in the same amount of time. A human does it and a machine does it, the machine can do it more than 10 times better and faster. Okay, so social, improve the quality life for everyone. Okay, so it has to touch on social because social means community, humans. Okay, so it increases the comfort and health. Okay, not just comfort, you do things faster, of course, better for you, you save time, but also it must be safe for you, healthy. So it cannot be your machine can do the job very well, but it produces carbon dioxide gases. No, right? We should not be doing that. Reduces the local infrastructure problems, make problems less. Infrastructure means like housing problems, all right, water, sanitation, all this. These are the social problems. Improve the quality of life. Okay, so basically these are the 4 pillars of NGTP, National Green Technology Policy. Okay, next thing now. What kinds of application of green technology are we talking about? Okay, when we talk about green technology, it's something so wide. Okay, what can we do to qualify as green technology? So you don't have to invent a machine actually. Okay, you don't have to invent a machine. Everybody can employ green technology in your daily life. Okay, one example is green building, right? Green building is actually a green technology, a part of green technology. Green building means it's a building. It's not that it's because it's green color. It doesn't mean when you paint your building green, it becomes a green building. No, green building is a concept. Green building means it's a building which uses minimal resources, all right, and it's not harmful to the environment. It uses energy efficiently. It conserves water, it conserves electricity, it conserves a lot of natural resources, and it can do what you want it to do, right? That means you can live comfortably inside the building there. Your aircon system there does not produce your CFC gases. You have other methods of producing your cool air, and also recycling the water and all that. So it has to do with the plumbing. So you got to design all that. That is your green building. Okay. So what are the things that you can employ in your green building? All right, you can have solar energy. You can have solar panels. Instead of switching on your water heater, which runs on electricity, you can use solar panels to heat up water, right? You can also transform it into electrical energy for lighting, for your lights in the house, for your fans inside the building. Okay, and also if you want to save electricity, maybe you don't need to even switch on so many fans because you have natural ventilation. You must know how to place your windows, and also natural lighting. You don't want to paint, don't want to put all these tinted glasses when it's unnecessary. Then it makes your building interior so dark that you have to keep on switching the lights all the time, 24 hours a day. Okay, which is going to waste a lot of energy. So you got to maybe use lighter colors. You have to use glass windows, so the light can irradiate into your house, can radiate into the house. So you don't even have to switch on lights in your room. Okay, so you have to think about all these things. Using natural resources, the sun is a natural resource. You try to make use of it. Okay, instead of making a building all closed up and it's so dark, you have to switch on the lights. Okay, so water catchment area, you can put a tank on top of your building where you can catch the rainwater, and you can recycle the rainwater to maybe water your garden, right? Maybe it's a bit too difficult for you to refine it for drinking because you need to kill the bacteria, you need to do filtration, you need to do water treatment. Maybe it's a bit more difficult, but your rainwater can be used to water your garden, your plants. It can be used to wash your car. It can be also used for for your washing other things that doesn't require for you to drink it. All right. So collect rainwater is one way of reusing your natural resources. Okay, cleaning of toilets, yes, washing up and so on. Encourage the use of recycled materials. Yes, always try to think of using recycled materials to build your building if you can. In fact, nowadays there's so many new inventions of making use of certain things to build bricks for you to make building. Using waste, plant waste, maybe the jute, or maybe what you call the straw from the plants, from the rice and all that. You can make all this. You are further making bowls, right? Bowls, chopsticks, utensils from this straw. Okay, so advantages of green building: negative impact towards human and also to the environment. Don't always think of ourselves. Think about the animals out there are actually relying on our wisdom to look after them. Animals have wisdom as much as humans, so rely on us to look after them. Okay, so do not harm them because we are the custodians of the earth. We are the only ones who can actually help and save the earth. The animals and all that, they just are, right, but they are not, don't have the wisdom and intelligence to change things. So it's only humans do that. Okay, save the cost of operation, maintenance, construction. That means saving is always a good virtue, right? Saving things, don't use too much, right? So examples of green building, all this product, they have actually been designed, specially designed, that certified as green building. They have to follow certain criteria. You look at that there are certain criteria in order to pass it as a green building. There are certain criteria. Okay, use of water, how they're going to use the water, the plumbing system, the ventilation, the lighting, all right, and all that qualities, and the building and so on. So all these actually have already been considered as green. So how to see that? You go to that C3 website. Okay, vertical gardens. See, they say this is something that you can do at home. Save space. Vertical garden is these plants which you'll see in your textbook, right? You can see this picture here. Now, these are vertical gardens. Instead of planting the plant on the ground, you can make these areas where the plant can actually plant them into the, these small little boxes that you see attached to the wall. You can have vertical garden, okay? And to water, you have to, of course, they will make their own food, but you got to give them maybe some nutrients from time to time. It's a lot of space, you see, and it's also so nice and so beautiful. So these are called vertical gardens. Is to plants on a vertically suspended pad, okay, attached to the wall using hydroponics. It can be mixed. Hydroponic means the water your chapter 3 nutrients for plants, you have this recipe called the KNOP solution, KNOP NOP solution, where it includes the necessary nutrients that the plant needs to grow healthy. Okay, that you have this solution, specially prepared recipe. It's called the solution. So you put that into you suspend the root into it, and then it can grow very healthily. And the good you can control whatever nutrients you want it to be there. You want it to flower, you put in the nutrients to make it flower. Right? You want it to grow, maybe the roots, you find that the roots are not so healthy, you're going to put in a more phosphorus. You can control the recipe for your nutrient. Also put soil. Hydroponics, you can just plant them using your soil. Okay, so let me check, is there any problem with my, so far nothing. If there's any problem, please do put in the chat so that you alert me in case my voice goes off or my line stable. I'm talking to myself, suddenly I could be off and I do not know. Okay, please know I got to do something about. I hope I'm not talking to myself only. Next, so benefits of vertical garden. Yes, we want to keep the environment cool because they have a cooling in plants when they carry out transpiration. They have a cooling effect to the environment, improving air quality, reducing the carbon dioxide, and increasing the oxygen content into air. Okay, and also very pleasing things. They're very pleasing to the eye, especially if you work very hard looking at your books or your color. You watch look at something green, very soothing to your eyes. Okay, conversion of waste energy. This is something also do. Instead, the kitchen waste, a lot of kitchen waste, your fuel, right? The stems of spinach, they are so hard. Sometimes you pluck away you only need the leaves, right? The stem cook even. It's actually kitchen waste. You can convert into useful. Okay. So generate energy such as garbage. These are away lah, right? You consider garbage. So you can methane. It's a gas flammable that is able to use as a fuel. Okay, so biogas is you get methane. Methane also the gas that our intestines, our colon produces because of bacteria there ferment. It sort of converts this in your intestines. It produces methane, so your fart contain, right? The kind of smell, the gas. It's unmistakable, right? Anybody who farts, you is somebody who's farted methane. It smells like that. It smells like fart. Decomposition is carried by bacteria. So you got bacteria into your waste. Okay, the disadvantage of bringing out all these that is going to be smelly. We can't help it. After the process is done, you will have these things which are able to reach your garden and put it as natural fertilizer. Okay, then renewable energy, so that we go for non-renewable, and we want to conserve non-renewable energy, we go for renewable energy such as wind and the wave. Okay, so we save up control on using coal and petroleum and so on. Okay, so examples which later on in Google Meet I'm going to explain about your project, your PBL, project learning number 2, which I'm giving you more than a year. Okay, so you prepare on, I'm going to discuss this with you. Okay, so now homemade eco-designs. I'm sure that some of you have done it before. 1 year in our school teachers day, I think leave or whatever. These members using these eco enzymes and giving a bottle as part of their their community. They start to give every teacher using this enzymes. Everybody gets a bottle. What do you do with this? As a cleaning agent, you can use a disinfectant. You can clean floors, spray onto plants. You can do it with all these eco enzymes. Okay, so you can use it as a cleaning agent. Make it using organic kitchen waste. Right? Try plants. Don't use animal based. That means don't use meat parts of the animal, because they tend not to work so well and they tend to be risky. If you use plant-based works better and it's not so smelly. Okay. So I would advise you, if you were to do eco, and please not use animal-based waste, and don't use the parts of the flesh meat and all that. It's not going to work, all right? And it's going to be very small like it. So use kitchen waste from plant-based. Okay, so yeah, you will have bacteria there. It converts your fruit and vegetable waste into alcohol and acetic acid. So it's going to be sluggish, it's going to be alcoholic and all that. It's a process called fermentation, right? And then you can use as disinfectant. You can use it to clean, right? But the thing is, it's going to be time consuming. I read some certain recipes that need that, but it needs at least about 3 to 4 weeks. At most, at least. So that's why I want to give project today, so that you can work on it, because some of these things require time for the fermentation and so on. Okay, so I hope afterwards I'll give you more information. So nothing here, right? So next, burying waste. Okay, use your fruit peel, right? This one you can use as juice, part of the animal base, because you're gonna put into your compost, right? A pile of soil, and you put layers and layers of it. You let the do the work. They are going to decompose all this organic substance, the protein and the cellulose and the lipid or waste. It's going to it's going to be broken down in nitrogenous nitrogen based, right? You're going to have phosphorus there, you're going to have potassium and all that. So it's going to enrich the soil. Okay, if you have that, you have calcium, right? You have onions, you have lots of these vegetables, you have magnesium, broken elements, or inorganic substance. And it's going to be going back to the soil, and can use your soil, and you can give it as your fertilizer plants. Okay. So you can add in a little bit of your animal waste, but try not to use too much, because it's going to be smelly. You're going to have odor problems, and you're going to attract animals, and they're going to dig up. Try to avoid, if you have at home, try to avoid try to prevent from going to the garden, because they smell it and they'll dig it up. It'll be very ugly, all right? So you always do not put it in a jar or something that you cover, so the animals cannot fit and dig it up. Cats and your dogs will not be able to move it, and then just of course they're curious for the smell. They smell it. They're very sensitive in their sense of smell, and they are able to smell it 1 mile away. So right, just cover it in a special, right? So they have a composting and converting organic waste, okay, food, animal, all these. This one you can convert into methane. Now, that's dangerous for you to do if you don't do it well. So I would not advise you to do methane, all right, because it explodes. I do not want you to do something that is explosive in your house. Accident, you could let off an explosion, all right? And you must not do the proper. You have to release the gas from time to time, because gas will build up. All right? And you got to release it. Otherwise, it's the whole going on. You're going to explode, right? So I would not, and of course, methane flammable. So I advise you to, all right? It have to be done in the correct way, be done in the container and the correct method. So this gas can be used as fuels. Right? In India, you have a lot of cow shit. So they use that to put into a digester, and it's going to produce your biogas, and it's going to be it can also be used as a fertilizer. It can be used as a fuel to light up your in factories. It can also be to light your and all that. So it's going to work properly. Okay, so it's another option now, right? You're using to produce energy, because fuel is energy, can produce energy. Okay, next one, foliar fertilizer. So what is foliar fertilizer? This is fertilizer in form that you spray onto the leaves. So the leaves will be able to absorb the nutrients. It's a kind of fertilizer that you spray. So you can, this is called foliar fertilizer, and by spraying the liquid fertilizer directly to the leaves is foliar feeding. Foliage is actually the word from the word, this foliar from the foliage. Foliage means, so they are able to absorb these nutrients from the surface of the leaves. Okay, so you can look up. Right, the thing is, I'm not the methods, because that's what project-based learning is about. I give you a problem, you have to do this. So what you need to do is, how you're going to do it is basically you to find out. That's why it's a project. It is not just I teach you number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. You have to find out how, and there are a lot of information available. So don't say, I do not know how to do it. Nowadays, anybody just go to computer, type in a search bar, you can find literally everything on the earth. Okay, so it's no big deal. You can find it. And if I give you this freedom, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of different answers, which is actually very good. I do not want something that is fixed. Okay, you must do this, everybody follows, there is no way you can show your creativity. If I give leeway, if I give you the free hand, you can do whatever you want, and it can be enriching, because it's going to have a lot of answers, and it's going to be educational for all of you, because you're learning from each other. Okay, so that's why I do not want to give you the methods. The methods you find out for yourself. Okay, another one, produce bioplastic. This is interesting. I've done that with an invention group that I did 2 years ago. We did bioplastic with banana peel. All right. Imagine there are a lot of things you can actually explore. You know, banana peel. Who would have thought that banana peel can be used to make bioplastic? In fact, that not only banana peel, nobody has even discovered there could be other stuff that you can use to make bioplastics. Okay, so the process, again, you can look it up yourself. All right, you got to boil your banana, you got to blend and so on, you put certain things onto it, then you spread it out and it becomes plastic. Okay, bioplastic means it's natural plastic, because it comes from bananas. It's an organic substance. Okay, lastly, application of social to solve environment problems. Okay, social science. Okay, social sciences you find in universities. You have a field called social sciences. So social sciences is the science where you learn human life style, and how you people's relationship interactions, how you are able to improve on it. Okay, so that people can generally they interact better and have an understanding among people. So that's social sciences. It's very wide. Okay, social science is very wide. But how about this technology in social sciences? So green technology should be able to overcome issues to society. What are the issues related to societies? Okay, so let's look at that. So environmental education, we need to educate the people, human, your uncles, your aunties, your grandfather, grandmother, right? Last time people just throw rubbish into the river, all right, without disposing of plastic everywhere and all that. Tell them this is not the right way to do it. Your plastic does not degrade. You end up only polluting the water supply. You end up only you throw plastic into the sewage. You're only clogging up the sewage because they don't break down. Right? Educating the community how you should use your resources. Okay, so it has to be aware. You need to know problems, right? The situation and the problem. What is happening to our world now? Global issues where we have global warming, we have greenhouse emission, we have gases, and then that's the awareness of the problem is the first step to everything. Okay, number 2, knowledge. Not to improve on that. You know you have a problem, but how are you going to solve it? Okay, knowledge will help you to solve the problem. So by knowledge, that means the science behind it, the technology behind it. That is knowledge. So you also need to know that it's your responsibility to learn about this knowledge and to able to apply it and use it. Next one, attitude. You got to change people's attitude, to inculcate values, to say that throwing things to the river wrong. Okay, throwing garbage everywhere and not into the Dongsa wrong. So you have to care for the environment. All right, and also killing animals just for the fun, just for the sake of not survival. Right, you're killing it you just want to You just want to feel that you can kill because you are human, right? You have the power to do it. Okay, so I just know that something is power means not doing what you can do, knowing when and why you should not do certain things. Okay, that is called power. All right, right. Skills and acquire individuals and companies acquire skill. Let's say you want to recycle. You got to teach people how to recycle. That's skill. How to recycle things. How to produce your all these eco enzyme from your garden, from your kitchen waste and all that. That is a skill, right? That is a knowledge also to solve environmental problems. Participation, campaigning, getting people to be actively in your project to make your world a better place, to your program or your organization, right? In order to promote green technology. Okay, so you can organize activities, this social, responsibility, how you can do at your own part, what you can in order to promote this green technology thing at home. Your part, because you are the educated one, you're the young generation, you're going to inherit this earth, whatever your grandparents have given you. If you that job with your earth, you're going to get a bad thing, right? Your role in order to correct it, and you're going to pass on later on to your own children, hopefully in a better way. The earth is now in later on is going to be better than when you received it. Yes, that is the whole idea, right? So now is what you do. You tell your parents what they may not know. You can't blame them because they may not have learned all 20, 30, 40 ago. They may have learned all this. But now you are able to learn something about it. Okay, so activities carried out, campaigns in the community, in the school, and do right to encourage people to protect and care for the environment. You can have campaigns. You can organize workshop or say replanting trees, conserving the right, reducing domestic waste, conserve energy. There's so many. In fact, all this is not even finished. This is give you a certain deal only. Promote recycling, upcycling. That means what do you mean? You are repurposing it. This thing is no longer using or doing what it's supposed to do. You're gonna make it to do some another job. Now you're gonna upside do something else. Okay. Clean surrounding environment by conducting gotong royong. Okay, the upcycling, give you an example, is clothing. Old clothing, it may not have a sleeve that has a hole that you can't wear it quickly. When you cycle, you just cut sleeve, do something else with it. You can have a sleeveless, okay, or some part of your lace has already become tainted with black color. Cut off the lace, and you can do something else with it. It's called upcycling. Okay, so I hope I've given you some ideas. So later on, I'm going to in Google Meet afterwards. All right, I'm going to give you certain more details on how you're going to carry out your project-based assignment, project-based learning number 2. All right, so at the moment, I think there are no questions here. All right, so you can save your questions for later. For those students who are out there, or who are following, please feel free if you have any questions to ask me. I'll be most happy to answer you at the comments. Okay, so do share the video and just let me know and feedback to me. Okay, I back to you, but I may take some time. Okay, thank you everyone. So I will next lesson. Okay, right. Bye bye. Bye bye everyone.